Everybody, welcome back to another edition. Come Get Some. Here for our SummerSlam review. It's been a busy week. We're going to go over what happened on Raw and SmackDown this week. Myself, Dr. Ripps, here with Professor Chewie as usual. How you doing, Mr. Chew?
Good. I feel great.
He feels great. Well, he feels great, and we're going to have a great show here today. All about SummerSlam and what's happened leading up to SummerSlam. A couple rumors that are going around. We're going to start off with some of those things, rumors and news. First off, obviously, big situation with Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Ric Flair being sick. There's been conflicting reports that he had either colon surgery or it was something with his heart. Now they're saying that it was not colon surgery, but they're not disclosing what the issue was. All that they know is he's had surgery. He's in critical condition still. The Nature Boy in trouble here.
I heard he was in a coma.
Yeah,
they
had put him in a medically induced coma, and then he had surgery, whatever kind of surgery it was. And the only thing that you've heard is that he's not out of the woods. He's in critical condition. He's resting comfortably. Not sure exactly what that means. Critical condition is pretty serious, though.
Yeah.
So we do know that. So we wish, obviously, Ric Flair the best. Sending prayers out to him and his family. One of the best of all time.
Yeah.
The Nate. So that's obviously big news. So we're keeping word out for that. We were hearing a rumor. I was reading something the other day that said, could Enzo Amore possibly be a heel? And one of the stories going around, one of the rumors was, and I have no idea how valid this is, but was that he would turn on Big Show and reunite with Cass, so that they never really kind of broke up. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, he's gotten his ass kicked a few times. I mean,
it was just all to beat up the Big Show.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what would lead them to think that if he got kicked in the face that Big Show would do anything anyway? I mean, where would that even come from? So I don't really know. That would be interesting to see if they would do something like that, if they would put him as a heel and then put them back together and not have Cass. I mean, they've already given Cass new music. And
I was going to say, he's got some sweet new music.
I don't know. It was interesting to see, though, what happened with them this week. We'll get into that when we talk about Raw. No Chris Cyborg at SummerSlam to take on Becky Lynch. Are you disappointed?
Well, at least Becky Lynch gets to live now.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
She'll be alive.
Yep. It's interesting because there's a lot of talk about, well, Bayley is injured now, obviously, and we'll get to her. She was booed by the audience in Toronto pretty bad last week, and everybody was a little upset about that. Not sure what they expect. She's gotten injured, she can't wrestle, so maybe the crowd was booing for that. Otherwise, maybe it was just one of those Toronto hot wrestling crowds that like the pro heel. Pro heel and booing for the babyface. So, but the club got involved with Big Cass and stuff like that. So it was something to see. Yeah. But there's a lot of rumors going around that there's supposedly some 4 horsewomen battles.
Horsewomen? Centaurs?
Yeah.
Some kind of half woman.
That's Hooves. The hoof. The 4 horsewomen of WWE and the 4 horsewomen of MMA might have some kind of a little feud going. Yeah,
the stable.
Yeah, so
feed them hay. We keep going with it.
So we're this MMA crossover stuff is really taking a lot of steam, especially John Jones saying he may be at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah,
a bunch of things like that. So the MMA and WWE crossover seems to be getting more rampant. Ronda Rousey, a lot of talks about her starting training with Brian Kendrick. Down in Florida, so we'll see what happens with that. Alberto Del Rip, as it says here, Del Rio, or El Patron, as he's called in GFW, was stripped of the GFW title this week because of all the crap that's gone on with him and Paige. What do you think about that?
What, did they break up and then now he's in?
They've had so much crap. There was an incident in an airport that was pretty bad with alcohol,
really?
Cocaine references, and. Actually, it was Paige that was the one who got in trouble for it, but there's been so many conflicting reports on it. And Cocaina. And either way, it seems that GFW thought best to strip him of the title. And he just won it not too long ago at Bound for Glory. So, sucks. Paige was also talking about possibly coming back within the next couple months. So we'll be interested to see after all the crap that Del Rio's talked, and she's been with him the whole time.
She can come back at this point.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. One good news, though, we're looking forward to seeing this guy. Hopefully he shows up on Saturday at TakeOver, and that's Adam Cole, former Ring of Honor champion, Bullet Club member, officially signed with WWE. He'll be going to NXT. What do you think about Adam Cole?
I don't know Adam Cole. No,
Well, you will.
Yeah, I will. He's part of the Bullet Club.
Adam Cole,
cool.
baby.
That's cool. Does he have a persona? Like?
He's just Adam Cole and his thing's baby.
That's it? Baby?
Yeah, he's a good wrestler, though. Yeah, he's pretty good. You'll see.
Sounds like Cartman. Baby.
He looks like a mix between Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins.
Drew McIntyre from the New Kids on the Block?
That's Joey McIntyre. Come on, please don't go, girl. So we'll see what happens with that. So getting into Raw, though, this week. Raw started off with Ambrose coming out and then Rollins coming out and back and forth. Are they going to bump fists? Are they going to bump? Or are they not going to bump? They weren't bumping, and then they started brawling. Once they started brawling, and then Sheamus and Cesaro came and attacked them, and then they took care of them, and then they fist bumped. So it looks like they're back together. Still hoping for that Ambrose heel turn at SummerSlam, but we'll see what happens. What did you think of this whole thing to set up the match for the tag team championship?
I actually thought it was funny because it was like the longest build-up for a fist bump handshake that I've ever seen. But the audience was crazy into it, so that was kind of cool.
I agree with you. The audience was a lot more amped up than I was for it. But it was a cool moment. And whenever it was where were they? Boston, right?
Yeah.
So Boston's a pretty juiced crowd as usual. So juiced crowd. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So it was a cool moment. Either way, they'll be taking on Cesaro and Sheamus now at SummerSlam for the tag team championships, and we'll have our full predictions and preview for that coming up soon. Sasha Banks ended up defeating Nia Jax to challenge Bliss at SummerSlam. What did you think about the match between the two of them?
I thought it was great. I told her backstage she could do it.
You gave her the will?
I gave her the will.
Very good.
And that was great. I mean, I expected it, but still cool.
Yeah, I figured it would be Sasha after Bayley went down. One of these days Nia will get her shot. But right now, I guess the big money would be on Sasha. So Sasha Banks,
you can bank on it.
You can bank on it. The money was on Sasha, so she will take on Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam now for the Raw Women's Championship. Elias is quickly becoming one of my favorites, and it seems to be getting more comfortable on the mic to me. He said something his song was about how the Boston sucked, and it was just funny. And then he was interrupted by R-Truth, who came out skipping his way out, and then just got walloped by Samson, and he hit the drift away, and it looks like can't be starting a feud between R-Truth and Elias, can they really?
It's already over.
Yeah, can they really do that? Either way, what did you think about it?
I thought it was cool. Yeah, he's probably my favorite new wrestler now. I don't know. I just thought his whole persona and even like the drift away. That's a pretty crazy,
it's a cool
crazy good move. And he pulls it off so fast. It looks painful.
Yep.
But
similar to like a Crossroads or a Sister Abigail. Very nice.
Very nice.
So we'll see where they go with that. I'm sure next week on Raw they'll fight in Brooklyn. We'll see what happens. So we were talking a little bit before about Enzo and Big Show and Big Cass and Gallows and Anderson. The Shark Cage is in there. Cass is there talking. Enzo comes out. Then out comes Big Show. They all come down. They're stomping out. It was a big schmaz happens. All of a sudden the club come out for I don't know what reason.
Yeah.
But before that, you saw the Hardys in the backstage area very briefly with the Miz and the Miz-tourage, and you thought maybe that the Hardys would come out and help, these guys, and because they're supposed to be feuding with the club. I don't know what they're supposed to be doing. They really haven't been on TV much, and they showed a lot of broken mannerisms in the way that Matt was talking, but did not come out to help. So it was just pretty much them beating the crap out of Big Show and Enzo and leaving them there. What did you think about that?
Well, first of all, I have to say I think that Big Casserole,
the Big
Casserole, I think that he got really good on the mic. I thought he was really good on the mic.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Not that he was ever horrible, but I think he just upped it a little bit, and I thought he was great.
Still a little robotic, but he's got that I have been here for 6, but like it was cool how he played. The crowd was all over him. Yeah, the Boston crowd was all over him and let him talk, similar to how Roman Reigns was treated in Philly. I'm going to sneeze. One more. Maybe. I don't know.
A big sneeze.
Oof, that was my finisher. So either way, really not that excited other than hopefully some kind of Enzo and Cass swerve. other than that, I really could care less about this match. And Enzo being hung in a shark cage. What's he going to do? He's going to drop down some kind of. Well, we'll give our predictions later. Now here's a pretty cool thing. Akira Tozawa took on Neville, and for some reason they moved it from SummerSlam to. Although they did this twice, and both matches are still on the SummerSlam card. So either way, Akira Tozawa against Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship. Akira Tozawa wins, and it was a really good match. What did you think about the match?
Yeah, I thought the match was great, and the outcome I did not expect.
Yeah.
So he beat him with, what, the diving sexton?
The diving sexton.
The senton?
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a cool moment. I wasn't sure if they were going to do that, if he was going to be the guy to dethrone Neville. Neville's on such a roll, he's on such a different level than the rest of the guys are in a lot of degrees. So
Neville level?
He's on another Neville. And it was a little surprising, but nonetheless, the Titus brand has a championship. But they'll see each other again, I guess, at SummerSlam. It seems like after watching 205 live on Tuesday night, they had a little confrontation. Neville looked like he had no sleep. He kind of looked like Lord of the Rings-ish. He was just looked a little wasted, if you ask me.
He's looking for a ring.
Yeah, he was
a different kind of ring.
But we'll see that. Bray Wyatt, in another weird twist, why they would do this, they put him against Finn Balor. Yeah. Maybe I don't know why. Maybe to draw the Demon, give a reason for the Demon to come. Nonetheless, Bray Wyatt beats Finn Balor clean, and then proceeds to pour some kind of red goop all over him after the match.
That was blood, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it was cow's
100% blood.
100% pure blood. And he poured it all over him, and Bray Wyatt left the ring, and Finn Balor squirming all over the place, and then later on it's you're going to see the Demon at SummerSlam. So now we get another match. So, we get the match again, the Demon this time. So basically everybody should be more excited for this match simply because the entrance is going to be cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Still no reason. I mean, he poured pig's blood on him. They had a match, or whatever the hell he poured on him. What do you think about this? I'm still not. I'm looking forward to the match for the two guys that are in it and whatever, but still no great build for this. It just came out of nowhere.
I feel like if Bray was going to pour blood on him, he should have maybe lured Finn in saying that, kind of like Carrie, like he won prom queen or something like that. I would, Finn with the tiara and the flowers, and then poured it on him.
Yeah, something. Well, that's the thing. It's funny. Michael Cole was explaining the feud the other night. Bray Wyatt. He was like, Bray Wyatt is mad at Finn Balor because he does not understand why Finn Balor is so loved around the world. I'm like, is that why this feud is going on? Because I wasn't sure. Like, okay, I guess you're giving a reason, but if you have to explain the reason.
He could have been feuding with us if that was the case. Well, we're so loved around the world, it's kind of random.
Yep. So we that was that. So we're going into SummerSlam with the Demon against Bray Wyatt. Mickie James defeated Emma in another showing of them just trying to crap on Emma.
Yeah, poor Emma.
She opened her mouth on social media, and she's not in a position to do that, I guess. And they're saying, okay, well, we'll put you against everybody and make you lose and make you suffer. And if you're strong enough to get through it, maybe we'll do something for you. Did the same thing with Triple H after the curtain call back in the day. They punished him a little bit, and he paid his dues, and he stuck around, and he kept his head held high, and he did his thing. And we all know how that ended up for him. So maybe one day Emma will be the CEO of WWE as well.
Bank on it, yeah.
But nothing doing with them, either one of them. So I like Mickie James, I still do. Both women are beautiful, and they're both gifted, but there's no storylines for them, so that's that, other than making Emma lose. Jason Jordan defeated The Miz via DQ. What did you think of this one?
I don't really remember it. Who's Jason? Jason Jordan?
He's Michael's son, isn't he?
Yeah,
oh no, it's Alexander's son. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good, memorable match.
The next part, I don't know what the.
Yeah, still not sure what they're doing with the Miz and Jordan. If they were going to have an announcement, I mean, they haven't announced anything yet for SummerSlam, and I can't understand how they could not have an Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam. I mean. Some of the most iconic matches at SummerSlam history have been for the Intercontinental belt. You got Bret and the British Bulldog. Yes. Yeah, you've got Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon in the second ladder match. Geez, who else do you have? And I think the Rock,
Bret Hart and the Bulldog.
Yeah, Bret Hart and the Bulldog again. Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect in the Texas Tornado. The Rock and Triple H had a ladder match. So there's been a lot of iconic championship matches for the Intercontinental Belt. So I don't understand what's going on there. Maybe they'll announce it beforehand, but nonetheless, the Hardys have gotten into an altercation with them earlier. So Jason Jordan and the Hardys defeat the Miz and the Miz Taraj. What'd you think of that one?
It ended with a swanton. That's all I care about. Swanton.
Well, enough said. Hardys aren't scheduled to be on SummerSlam either, which is a travesty. So who knows? Maybe they'll once they start the road after SummerSlam, maybe it'll be a different story and they'll have something going for these guys. Because after SummerSlam, it's kind of like, we're leading into the Survivor Series and it's already going to be Royal Rumble time before you know it. So we'll see what happens with them. The face-off with the final competitors in the Fatal 4-Way match, Lesnar, Roman, Joe, and Braun, getting in each other's faces, ends up being a great confrontation between Braun and Lesnar. In another case where Lesnar's in one of these pull-apart things, like I said last time. What did you think about the segment to end the show?
I thought it was cool, but they might as well, because it's going to end like that. You might as well have the wrestlers already there instead of calling them down the ramp and stuff like that.
And why only the Kurt Hawkins and the Goldust and I saw a couple guys in there, but how come we don't see Big Show's not out there, Big Cass isn't holding anybody,
Just the expendable guys.
Whatever. But nonetheless, I'm excited for that match. I really think that's going to be a great match. I truly am not sure where that's going to go. I'll give my prediction in a little bit, but either way, I think that it's going to be an awesome main event. And sometimes when you don't know what the outcome is going to be, there's so many different components in there. But you just want to see Lesnar and Braun get into it. You want to see Lesnar really take on some of these other guys' reigns, and we've seen all the other guys kind of combat with each other. So you want to see how Lesnar will integrate with them. But should be a great match, and we'll talk about that a little bit. On to SmackDown. We opened up with the Jinder, or as it says here, the Kinder celebration. And then has a confrontation with Shinsuke. Yeah. So the whole, I guess it was the Independence Day of India?
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
They had a whole big celebration complete with music, and they say it was his mother singing the national anthem.
That's who I thought it was, but then he didn't call it his mother.
I don't know. Either way, there was a Indian woman singing the Indian national anthem. They got through that, and then Jinder was speaking to his people in his native language of Punjabi, and the Maharaja was interrupted by Shinsuke, who came out and did his best to get a promo out, basically saying it's SummerSlam, it's his day, it's his Independence Day, he's going to do whatever he's going to do.
He gave the speech from the movie Independence Day.
Yeah, I don't know what he said, but he said something, and pretty much means I'll see you Sunday at SummerSlam.
That's what he should have said.
Either way, leading up, giving some reason for that, because that's only had a couple weeks to marinate itself. Yeah. So Natalya beat Becky Lynch clean. With Naomi coming out. It was funny, they introduced the two wrestlers and they're out there ready to go, and then all of a sudden Naomi's music comes. She had a 10-minute entrance, and I was like, "Jeez, I like her entrance. It's cool and everything, but it's like, all right, there's two people in the ring, right? And she's in the.
I'm sweating. It's so long.
So whatever.
They should have just started the match.
Start the match in the dark. Yeah,
and then she could just keep walking.
Why not? But either way, Natalya beat her to lead up to their match with her match with Naomi at SummerSlam. What did you think of Natalya and Becky Lynch?
It was good. I mean, they're probably two of the most talented women there.
Agreed.
And it was a clean win, so I was a little surprised with that. But
fresh. It was clean.
Fresh, clean.
It was a fresh pepper.
Good for Natalya.
Yeah, listen, I don't know the outcome of that one yet either. I'll give you a prediction still. RKO out of nowhere on Rusev. Rusev comes out, fights Chad Gable, pretty much throws him into oblivion, and the ref stops the match. He cuts a promo on Orton. Or tries to start to cut a promo on Orton after the whole thing, and Orton just comes out of nowhere and blasts him with an RKO. What did you think of that?
I would have loved it if it was Gable that did it. He just stole the move. Screw it. You know, but didn't they have that?
The GKO?
GKO. They had a competitive match not too long ago. Now.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was last week, actually.
And then he gets blown out this time, so it was just kind of strange. But hey, RKO out of nowhere, that's always fun to watch.
Yep, absolutely. So we'll see what happens with that match. Another match that didn't have much time to marinate, but it's thrown on at SummerSlam. Tensions rise between AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Shane McMahon as Shane gets blasted for the second week in a row, this time by AJ avoiding a super kick from Kevin Owens and it blasting Shane in the face. What do you think of this build?
They should just have them both fight Shane and kick his ass, at this point.
Pretty cool.
Accidentally beat him up somehow, through the whole, I don't know.
Well, I think the whole thing now is, okay, is Shane going to be partial to one guy or another, and can he call it down the middle? And the answer, I'm sure, is yes. He will call it down the middle, with AJ probably eventually winning the match. But that's not my prediction, I promise. We'll see how it goes with them. I'm looking forward to that match because anything that AJ does is great. Shane being involved is just another perk, but KO and AJ, yeah.
The sandwiches he makes are delicious, too.
They're beautiful. KO and AJ seem to have really good matches together and a good chemistry, so it'll be interesting to see that match with Shane thrown in. The Usos defeat the New Day. Now, how many matches on SummerSlam are they going to give away the week before SummerSlam? Yes, I understand that it's two different members or one different member from the New Day that's not fighting the Usos, but again, giving the Usos the W before SummerSlam, meaning we know which way SummerSlam will end up probably going. Yeah. Nonetheless, the Usos pick up the win here. What'd you think of the match?
It was a good match, but like you said, now it kind of gives it away a little bit. Unless they're going to swerve it differently, I don't know.
Yep. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, again, I would love to see the Usos take the belts back and have a longer run and have the New Day chasing. The New Day doesn't need the belts, but whatever. It is what it is. We'll see what happens with those guys. The main event was John Felix Anthony Cena versus Jinder Taj Mahal.
Yeah. Good save.
I know. I'm trying. I was reaching there. Cena versus Jinder was a pretty good match. What did you think about it?
Yeah, good match, but the ending, man.
Yeah, the ending was a little crazy. It seemed like Jinder was about to lose his second match in a row, non-title on TV, which would have been really stupid booking. But nonetheless, Baron Corbin comes out, interferes in the match, DQ. Cena wins, knocks Cena out with the briefcase, leaves the ring, and then sees that Jinder's out.
He's like, wait a minute.
Goes back in, goes to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Successfully does. They wait for Jinder to stand up. Baron turns around because Cena's standing on the apron and smacks him. And as he does that, Jinder comes in, rolls him up, gets the 3 count, and there goes Baron Corbin's Money in the Bank briefcase and opportunity. What did you think about that? I texted you as soon as that happened.
Yeah.
What did you think about this?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, and I almost forgot that he had the briefcase to cash in until he realized it, and then he went back down. I'm like, holy crap, he's going to cash it in. And from now on, I feel like they're just, if anybody ever blows anything, they're just going to call it a Corbin. You really, Corbin.
Well, he's only the third person to unsuccessfully cash in. And the other two were actually in full matches, so they didn't cash in at an opportune time. They said, I want to cash this in tonight and fight you. Yeah. And they were 2 straight up matches, and one was Cena. I believe it was, I want to say it was CM Punk. I don't remember exactly who it was against. I'm probably wrong on that one. But the other was Damian Sandow, who won it and cashed in on Raw against Cena, and was unsuccessful, but was a really good match. But the way that Corbin lost was pretty, crappy. I mean, he's only had it for a little while now, and that was the best decision for them, I guess, was to get rid of it on him. There were some rumors going around that Shinsuke was going to win the belt, and Corbin was going to cash in on him at SummerSlam. So, it's pretty interesting to see that things kind of have gone in a different direction, and they've taken the briefcase now away from him, unless they decide to swerve us and give it back to him in some way. I don't know.
He's probably so mentally distraught. It'd be funny if he just kept coming down to the ring with his own fake briefcase that he drew in crayon, Money in the Bank. I don't know. I feel bad for him, but he could still win it legit.
Yeah, he definitely can. It makes me think that. Well, again, give our predictions in a minute here, but that maybe the SummerSlam main event might go another way because, I'll explain in a second. Let's just get to SummerSlam. Let's get to SummerSlam. That's all that matters, right?
My eyes.
Give me that page back.
Oh,
Son of a. All right.
Son of a taco.
All right, SummerSlam. Here we go, SummerSlam. So we've got a bunch of matches for this card. Some of which are very interesting, some of which are kind of thrown together at the last second. But nonetheless, let's see if we can get them here for you. So let's start out with the Cruiserweight Championship with Neville taking on Akira Tozawa. What is your prediction, Mr. Chew?
I feel like Neville's just going to win it back.
You really do, huh?
I don't want him to win it back, but I feel like they're just going to win it again somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree with you. Yeah. I'm not sure. Sometimes I hate when they take belts off guys and then just give it right back. Or sometimes I don't think it makes sense. Or maybe it was a cool moment on Raw. I'm going to go with my gut and say that Akira Tozawa somehow will retain the belt just because they just gave it to the guy. Unless they were just trying to beef it up for SummerSlam. I don't know. I'm going to go with Akira Tozawa here to retain the belt. And come on Raw with the championship.
Yeah.
Ha!
And I'll take Aaron Neville.
All right, you're taking Neville and I'm taking Tozawa. The Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. Originally supposed to be Bayley. What do you think? Chew, Ripps.
I think that Bliss will retain it just because I don't have anything against Sasha Banks. I like her too, but Bliss has been a pretty cool champion, so I think she's going to keep it.
Going to keep it, huh?
Keep it.
Another tough one. I am going to stay with you and say that Alexa Bliss will take the belt home with her. Sasha's a fill-in, although maybe Bayley was supposed to win it. Maybe they want the belt on a babyface. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss here as well and agree with you, my friend. Moving on to the SmackDown Women's Championship, which would be Naomi versus Natalya. Chew, what do you think?
I'm just going to say Natalya, just because I feel like she hasn't had a push in a while. And, I would like to see her as champ. I mean, I like Naomi, but maybe she can come back with a shorter entrance, or something. I don't know.
I'm going to say that Naomi wins a good, hard-fought match, and Carmella cashes in the Money in the Bank. And that's my prediction. I believe that Naomi will win this match, but I believe Carmella will leave SummerSlam with the SmackDown Women's Championship.
That's a good point.
That's just a guess, but I think that just speaking about this match, I think that Naomi will win. They just gave her that belt that glows and everything.
They spent all that money on her.
And I think that she's really impressed them, and she's good in the ring, and the crowd likes her, and she's definitely probably selling some merchandise. So I think it's either that they keep the belt on Naomi or she wins and Carmella cashes in. Either way, Naomi will beat Natalya in this match. That is my opinion. The New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Belts. Schuster, what do you think?
I feel like New Day will probably retain it, but I kind of want the Usos to win. I personally want the Usos to win, so maybe I'll just pick the Usos.
Usos.
Maybe me just thinking of it will make it happen. Yeah,
I think that the Usos winning this week on SmackDown really kind of swayed my decision towards the New Day, keeping the belts. It's SummerSlam, a lot of kids and a lot of fans from all over the place. I'm going to go with the New Day here, and we're really disagreeing here today, my friend.
This is crazy.
Which means that you'll probably end up, when we disagree a lot, somehow, some way, you end up with the right answers. In the battle for absolutely nothing and no reason at all, Rusev versus Randy Orton. What do you think happens here?
I don't know, to be honest. I haven't even thought about this match. I say Randy wins. RKO, maybe?
You know what? My gut tells me Orton's going to win because it's Orton, SummerSlam, RKO. People want to see it. Out of nowhere, boom, he wins.
And he has just been humiliated by the modern day Maharaja.
Yeah,
a couple times. So.
Yes.
Bamboo.
He just came off a bunch of losses to Jinder, but my brain is saying Rusev needs it more.
Yeah.
I mean, Randy Orton, if he loses to Rusev, okay, he's still the Viper. You can, get him in a rematch, but a high-profile win for Rusev could maybe do something for him as far as, the next feud. They got to keep thinking about building up some heels and building up some other guys. That you can't just be, the same old thing. Although they have, switched it up more than Raw does as far as, Jinder's their champion. Jesus, So I'm going to go with Rusev, and I'm hoping that somebody else in WWE agrees that he needs to win more. So yet again, the only thing that we've agreed on so far is, I believe, Alexa Bliss. Everything else you have disagreed with me on, my friend.
Purposefully.
Cesaro and Sheamus versus Ambrose and Rollins for the tag team championships. What do you think about this one?
Oh my God! Just make it a handshake match or something. I don't know. It's for the belts, so I don't know what Ambrose and Rollins. If they're tag team champs, what are they going to do with that? Are they going to keep them champs for a while if they win belts, or?
That's the perfect question, because in my head, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going, okay, well, it depends. Are they doing this so that they can turn Ambrose heel at SummerSlam, which would be a great move?
Yeah.
Or are they doing this so they could give them a little bit of a run, and reminisce with the Shield and get some money out of that and have them touring because they have nothing else for them right now, and then break them up? So I'm not really sure which way I'm swaying. I'm thinking more along the lines of that I'm hoping, I guess I should say, that Ambrose turns heel, and that starts at somehow they lose, Rollins gets, rolled up, something, I don't know. Either way, somehow they lose, and Ambrose turns on him. So I'm going with Cesaro and Sheamus to win. What do you think?
I'm just going to go with the opposite.
Good, very good.
Yeah, Ambrose and Rollins? Yes.
Yeah, this is a tough card to call, to be honest with you, in some ways. Big Cass versus Big Show with Enzo suspended above the ring in a shark cage. What do you think about this one?
I don't really care who wins this one, but I just want to see Enzo with his hair gelled up like a shark's fin. You know what I mean? Just, that's all I care about.
He should come out to the Jaws theme.
Yeah, or maybe even have the scuba gear on, even though there's no water.
Oh my God, that's pretty good. So who's your prediction for the match? The Shark?
The Shark. I'm just gonna say Big Cass.
I'm gonna agree with you. Say Big Cass. There's nothing. Why would they bury Big Cass to Big Show? He needs to win for sure. Big Show giving back to the business. Will lose to Big Cass. Hopefully with some kind of influence from Enzo. Maybe Enzo drops down some brass knucks for Cass, or he's trying to help Big Show, but he drops it down and Cass gets it. Who the hell knows? Cass wins the match for sure.
And maybe Big John Studd comes down to there's three bigs.
Yeah, that'll be tough though. He's dead.
I was gonna say poor Big John Studd. He was one of my favorites.
The Damon. Not just Finn Balor, but the Demon.
The Damon?
Matt Damon.
The Damon?
The Demon Finn Balor will take on Bray Wyatt now. Bray Wyatt just beat the non-Demon Finn Balor on Raw this week clean. Who wins the match at SummerSlam?
Oh, I think the Damon. The Damon is
The
Damon! And instead of blood, he's going to shove a potato in his mouth. Eat it.
Pour Guinness all over him?
No longer the eater of worlds, the eater of potato.
Ooh, I like the twist there. Curly fries. I'm going to go with the Demon Finn Balor. He just lost clean, so maybe he'll beat Wyatt clean, and then the next pay-per-view, whatever it is, they'll have their blow-off match, and it'll be some kind of pig blood on a pole match.
Yeah. And if he lost as the Demon, would he have to come back as a third character?
I don't know. The Demon Queen?
The Demon Queen.
Either way, Finn Balor, to me, wins this match. You say...
I say the same thing.
Finn Balor. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens with Shane McMahon as the special guest referee. What do you think about this one?
Well, this is tough because I like both superstars, but
sir.
I've just seen them flip-flop the title so many times. I feel bad saying this, but I almost don't care who wins.
Right.
At this point, even though I'm probably a bigger AJ Styles fan. So I'll probably pick AJ just because I'm a bigger fan of AJ. And I'm kind of done with the whole face of America,
KO thing, yeah.
Ass of America, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going with you. I'm going to say AJ Styles wins the match. They've been flip-flopping the belt so much. There's no reason to flip-flop it now. Get them out of this feud. Maybe somehow or another Shane and KO end up feuding after this for something. Who knows? But that's my prediction as well. AJ Styles will beat Kevin Owens for the U.S. title. Retain the U.S. title, I should say. John Cena versus Baron Corbin. Corbin's going to be looking for some revenge after losing his Money in the Bank so quickly. Does he beat John Cena or does he not? That is the question.
I don't know. I'm gonna feel bad for saying Corbin's gonna lose, but if Cena wins, then he just lost his chance at the title, and then he'll lose to John Cena.
It's pretty crappy, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like John Cena will win. Super Cena, maybe.
Super Cena. Yeah, you know what? It's weird because I thought Corbin would lose to Cena, but have the briefcase, so it wouldn't really matter. But now he doesn't.
Now it matters.
And Cena has a really bad losing streak at SummerSlam right now going. He's lost to, I can't think of one person right now. I can't. I swear to God.
That guy with the muscles.
No, he lost to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. He's lost to Daniel Bryan. He lost to AJ Styles last year. So he's lost a series of matches in a row at SummerSlam. So either way, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go with Baron Corbin somehow cheating and getting a win in this one. Sneaky style. So you're going with Cena?
Yeah.
Cena, I say Corbin. The WWE World Championship, Jinder Mahal taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. In a very intriguing match, what do you think happens here? Who walks away with the WWE Championship?
That one's tough, but I predict that Shin will somehow co-op or steal Jinder's dancers, and they'll all just dance together. Because he dances, they dance. Why not? I just picture like this big, this crazy dancer. I'll bring the drum and I'll play it. I don't care. But I don't know. I like Shinsuke a lot, but in a weird way, I want to see Jinder remain the champ. I don't know why, but I just think it's kind of cool. Yeah.
So you're going with Jinder?
Jinder.
You going with Ginger?
Jinder Mahal.
I'm going to go with Jinder Mahal as well. And the reason being, they're so close to touring in India that I think they would really like him to be the champion when they go to India. It makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Instead of having him against the champion and losing, or whatever the case is. But I think it's great that Shinsuke is getting this main event shot so quickly in his main roster career. And he can always get it. And I think the eventual lead-up is going to definitely be him against AJ at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Whether that's for a belt or not, I'm not sure. Would be awesome if it was for the WWE Championship, since they're both on SmackDown. But right now, I think it's stupid to take the belt off Jinder.
Yeah.
I'm going with Jinder as well.
He'll probably get the curry kicked out of him, but
he will. It'll be a
champ.
tough match, and if Jinder does win, I'd like to see him win clean. I mean, I'd like to see him get a win over somebody big in a decisive way to make people believe, okay, this guy's a threat. Every time he wins, it's because somebody else is helping him.
Yeah.
The guy is big enough and believable. He's a big dude. He can go. So, it's not unbelievable if he beats one of these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
who'll be?
Technically, Shin just beat Cena clean, and then if he beats Shin clean, that'd be kind of cool,
That's what I mean. So let's see if we can keep the clean thing going. So that's our prediction for that. Now the last one, the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal Championship.
Fatal
4-Way. The Fatal 4-Way. The Brock.
Broccoli.
Chopping broccoli. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman. What do you think?
This is really super tough.
Mind you, if Brock loses or does not leave with the championship, he leaves WWE. But he's advertised for lots of shows after the Raw after.
So that would mean that he's not going to leave.
You never know. That's the problem.
I went into this thinking for some crazy reason Samoa Joe is going to win. Not that he has any reason to, other than the fact that maybe he's, I won't call him an underdog.
Right.
But
against the other three, though, I think he, in some sense, he would be the biggest underdog for sure.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? I'm going to pick Braun, just because.
Braun.
Some crazy.
The thing is, there's no wrong answer here. Well, there's three wrong answers, I guess. But, I've read things that even they're keeping everybody except Lesnar has to know in advance what's going to happen. That's in his contract. But The rest of the guys I've heard have been being kept in the dark. Nobody really knows what the finish is going to be.
When are they going to tell them then?
I guess the day of. A lot of guys find out the day of. In my opinion, it's funny. I think if Lesnar was going to I was going to say go to WCW, if he was going to go to UFC, then I'd say yeah, he's definitely dropping the title. But he doesn't necessarily have to drop the title right now. Or maybe if he's going to be taking some time off, it would be smart for him to drop the title. If he's not planning on wrestling for a while. I don't really know, but my gut tells me to go with Brock, that he's going to retain somehow, some way, and that's it. He's going to retain. I don't really have. I mean, a lot of this card. Sometimes you really have a feeling where it's going to go, or somebody's storyline for afterwards, so you know what's going to happen, and you kind of have an idea, like with Brock and The Rock in 2002, and. Stuff like that, somebody's leaving or somebody's going to win a belt. And this has been a tough card in general to call. I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar. So to recap from top to bottom on our list in no particular order, we both agree that Finn Balor is going to win, correct?
Yes.
We're both going with Big Cass as well.
Yes.
You are going with Randy Orton to RKO Rusev, and I am going with Rusev to win. You are going with the Usos, and I am going with the New Day. You are going with Neville, and I am going with Akira Tozawa. I don't know what you said for the tag team belts.
Let's just say Ambrose and Rollins.
There you go. I'm going with Cesaro and Sheamus. We both agree that AJ Styles and Alexa Bliss will both respectively retain their titles. We believe that... no, I don't. He believes that Natalya will beat Naomi. I believe that Naomi will win, and either way. And then I think Carmella is going to cash in the Money in the Bank. Baron Corbin, in my opinion, will beat John Cena, but not according to this guy. He believes John Cena will take Baron Corbin out. We both believe that Jinder Mahal will beat Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship and retain there. And we also believe in the Fatal 4-Way that he believes Braun Strowman will walk out champion, and I believe that Brock Lesnar will leave the way he walked in, and that is Universal Champion. You have heard it here first. Whew. What do you think about that, my friend?
It's crazy. It's hot in here.
A little warm. I'm sweating a little bit. But if you can't see it, then you don't know it.
Why did I wear this flannel?
So just another, where NXT TakeOver 3, which is like their WrestleMania, will be Saturday night with a pretty decent card. We've got Asuka versus Ember Moon, so Asuka's title reign and undefeated streak are in jeopardy. We've got Bobby Roode taking on Drew McIntyre for the NXT Championship. We've got Sanity versus the Authors of Pain in the Tag Team Championship. We've got Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. We've got some other stuff too going on. I can't think of. I think Hideo Itami versus Aleister Black, which is going to be great. I'm way looking forward to TakeOver. I'm thinking Bobby Roode is going to win. What do you think?
I think I agree with you.
Yeah,
Bobby Roode.
I think Bobby Roode. I think Aleister Black will beat Hideo Itami. I think Asuka will actually lose because she's going to be coming up soon. So we'll see what happens. But you have any thing to say to everybody?
Actually, I had a thought because you brought up the whole Emma and getting in trouble for social media stuff. Have they ever done like just a social media match where they actually fight, and it's live on social media and that's it? Just like a special little live thing that you can watch. Have they ever done anything like that?
I don't know. Wait, what?
What? this conversation's over.
I wasn't paying attention. I was looking into your eyes.
You can't even see them.
All right, you caught me. I was daydreaming in green. Little segments. Listen, Emma needs to get in the ring, take off that dark lipstick,
and put it on me. I'll wear it. All
right, Buffalo Bill. Bob.
Yeah.
How are you, Bob?
Oh, okay.
Well, that about does it for this week for the Come Get Some and the Wrestling SummerSlam edition. We will be back to you with our SummerSlam review and talk about what happened at SummerSlam when we get it. So we will see you guys next week. Chewie, Professor Chewie for the Fatal 4-Way. Dr. Ripps, we'll see you guys next week on Come Get Some. Take care.